What's up, you lovable weirdos? It's your girl, MCO The Prob, coming to you live on the airwaves. Again, we are on video, and welcome back to my podcast. This time, it is not Bathroom Thoughts, but rather my other segment, my experience as a 20-something, and this is the first video for that, so I am very excited to share that all with you. And we can go ahead and get started. Micah, roll the clip. Hello, one and all. My name is Micah, and you're listening to my personal journal, My Experience as a 20-something, where I share my personal experiences from life as a young adult. New episodes will be posted every month on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to check out more of my content, you can click the link in the description. Today's episode is about my experience with feeling like I'm losing time. You see, in this society, we're often taught that we have to do things by a certain time frame, and if we don't do it within that certain time frame, then we will fail, inevitably. But why is it like that? It's a weird kind of process going from, you start from a childhood and you grow up to be a teenager. You do all kinds of regular teenage things like going to the mall, hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. But once we go into the 18-year-old bracket, 19, 20s, 30s, 40s, we're all forced into being in this certain time frame of whether you have to do specific things. Like, so say for example, you graduate from high school and you're looking for a job. Your parents are starting to put these kinds of expectations of you getting a job, moving out, getting a partner, and all this other kind of stuff. And you have to do it by a certain age. Otherwise, either you'll fail or you'll have regrets, and you have just so many different thoughts in your head trying to accomplish different things. And it's very hard because there's pressure going in from, hey, this is what I'm planning to do, to, okay, I actually have to do this now, but when am I supposed to do it? And it's a lot going into that specific thing. But why? Why is society so bent on giving everybody else that kind of pressure to succeed, that kind of pressure to be finished in a certain amount of time, like this invisible timeline that we put on ourselves? Why do we urge ourselves to have this kind of timeline, even though that this life is full of wonder and a whole lot of things that God has given us, has blessed us with, to live life to the fullest? This is a mindset that I've struggled with myself for years now, and now that I'm 24 years old, it's becoming more and more of, I want to say, like a road that's becoming more and more narrow and more suffocating. So I have all of these responsibilities that I have to live up to. Otherwise, things aren't going to get done in my life. Things aren't going to be up to the par that I have. So let's say my standards are about right here. All of my responsibilities are fall under this bracket. So I have bills, I have things for school, I have work, I have now a partner, and I always want those oh goodness, I'm stuttering my words a lot. What am I trying to say? Essentially, there are a whole lot of things that I feel like I haven't prepared for or haven't been prepared for, and things that I regret not having the time to invest into it, because now it's everything in my head is noise. Everything in it's like the path, because it's so narrow, is becoming more and more fuzzy in terms of what I want to do for the future. So I know I want to graduate from college in the near future, but that timeline is becoming more and more straight, because now I'm in community college. I'm graduating with a recording arts degree, going into music, and I can do so many things with that degree, but it's the path to get there is becoming more and more straight in terms of the vision. Sorry guys, I had to adjust a little bit. You guys already know how I feel about being on camera. So let's continue. When you feel like you're losing time, it can become a bigger and bigger obstacle. So sometimes when you feel the urge to make your goals known in the present moment instead of known in the future, your plan to accomplish your long-term goals will ultimately become short-term goals that are not full and well prepared. So when you're in the mindset of, oh my gosh, I'm losing so much time, I don't have I have this set deadline for this specific thing, and I don't know how I'm going to get there. Sometimes it becomes doubt, and other times it becomes like a personal rush to yourself. Maybe that's from the influences of the world. Maybe that's the influence of your negative emotions in the certain moment, and like I said, that rain cloud can become your rain cloud of I could put the word in the video, but that's how things will end up being for you in the future if you keep going towards What's up, you lovable weirdos? Essentially what I was trying to say here was, don't rush into anything that you're not prepared for in the present, knowing that in your future it'll pay off in the long run. So please forgive me for not having my thoughts precise in this moment. If you feel like you're losing time, don't rush into making your goals known in the present, knowing that you're unprepared. You're not losing time. Stay in the present moment and focus on where you want to go. Those negative emotions will cease to exist. Goodness, that took a minute for me to get out because I'm overthinking, and a whole lot of things are happening in here. It took me a minute to try and record this point in the video because I'm going through this process of trying to make this quality video for you guys, but now that I'm trying to make it within a certain deadline, I'm essentially what I'm doing is giving myself a schedule to have things more prepared for you and be on point. But the reality is I am a human being. Sometimes I adjust my schedules to a certain degree, and it kind of messes up my internal flow because here I am trying to make a deadline, but it's not like a actual deadline, like a hard deadline, but it's more so of a personal deadline, a personal expectation that I set on myself, and it makes me overthink about what I have to say in the moment, what I'm trying to, what thoughts I'm trying to make concise in the moment, and what thoughts I have to like set forth like later in this video. So that losing time aspect is actually hitting me really hard right now in this moment. But what I tend to do is pray to God, and I did pray to God to allow me clarity and concise, and to essentially purge all the negative energy and emotions that I may have pent up right now in my system, so that I can speak more clearly for you guys, speak more concise, and I know that everything is going to be okay. So if you have that kind of faith, I encourage you to go to God and pray to Him for the things that you need in the present moment, for that extra protection, extra clarity, extra guidance, and all that certain stuff. But if you don't have God, it is okay. Continue watching this video, because I have some advice that I would like to share with you in terms of I'm feeling like you may be lost in the moment, and that losing time kind of thundercloud is within your circle of mindset. So how do we get out of this? Here's my advice to you. Life is not meant to be easy in the long run, but you can make it easy with time and with practice, and altogether overall habit. You see, there's a whole lot of things that you are talented. No, there are a whole lot of things in this world that you can do, but sometimes those things aren't necessarily meant for you, and that is okay. You have to learn how to adjust your own mind to be where you want to be and not where society wants you to be. So society can mean your friends, your family, people that you know on a day-to-day basis that you just so happen to run into and talk to. You have to filter out your thoughts from societal thoughts, and try to keep those societal thoughts away from your pure, authentic mindset. Because there's a whole lot of evil in this world. There's a whole lot of temptation around us, and when it comes to going about how you want to do things, you have to keep it within your heart. And when you share those thoughts with the world, sometimes the world can taint what's in your heart and dim your light. Don't let them dim your light. Always face the challenges when they get hard. For me personally, like I said, this video was a little difficult for me to record because of my thundercloud of trying to make everything so perfect. But again, I have to remind myself that I'm human, that I'm going to make mistakes, and sometimes when things don't feel as natural for me to do, I'm facing it head on. I say a prayer. I encourage myself to get through this obstacle, this hurdle that I'm going through, and here I am speaking to you once again. So face that challenge head on, because if you always run away from those challenges, then you're not going to be open to more opportunities in the future. Always live your life like you're winning in the present moment, because even when you don't feel like you're not winning in the present moment, you still are, because you have life to begin with. You've been blessed with to wake up in this world and to be around your family, be around your friends, the people that influence you the best and the most in a positive light. There's always just that one thing to be grateful for. So always find that one thing to be grateful for. Always fall back on that one positive thing in your life, and then expand on that while making your path known to yourself and maybe even known to other people. Number 2, don't overwhelm yourself with long-term goals. Oh goodness, I cannot express to you enough how hard it is having a overall long-term goal and seeing it from point B, seeing that your goal is at point B and you're at like point A, like at ground zero. It's very hard to see that your goal is on top of this really huge mountain and it feels impossible to get there. But don't overwhelm yourself with that long-term goal. Always set like short-term goals to get done with whatever you want to do. So for me personally, to record this video, I made a script, which is what I'm referring to while recording this for you, so that my thoughts are concise. I said my prayers so that I can be less nervous and that God is present within this room. I'm learning more and more to invite them into my space and have more confidence and be my most authentic self. But anyway, that's a side note. Anyway, um, make your short-term goals known to you. Make complete those short-term goals, and in the future, your long-term goal will become that present short-term goal, and there you go. It's finished right before your eyes, before you know it. Start with something simple. As long as you get the simple things done first, then the that long-term goal will become something simple, and it's like, hey, I finished. And also prove to yourself that you can do whatever you want. You can invest that time. You can invest those skills, whatever you're trying to invest into that long-term goal. Invest it into yourself, and not necessarily listen to the world unless it's someone that you trust, your inner circle that you trust with your heart and your light. Make sure that you're proving to yourself that you can do it, because if you're always proving to the world that you can do it and the world just keeps stumping you, then you will always stay in the exact same spot. You will always feel like that you're not moving forward, that you're stuck within your mind, stuck within those fears. Don't let that become you. Those fears will always be temporary in the long run, and the more you overcome those fears, then you will not only be all right, but you will also excel in wherever you want to go. Number 3, you are right on track. I know that losing time for the long-term things can feel at first very subtle, but becomes a larger and larger issue to see and feel. But you're right on track for the things that you want to do. So don't compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to essentially your past self when you were still learning how to do the things that you're doing in the present. You're right on track. So focus on yourself, not on the world. Growth comes in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't have to be like one finite path. Your path could be a little jagged, so straight this way, that way, and then straight again. Or your path could be going upwards and then going back down, going upwards again, going back down, but you still ultimately get to your core goal. So it'll be a whole lot of choices in between in this mind map of space that you may have, but growth comes in all forms, and it's nothing finite. It's always infinite possibilities of how much you can grow in specific skills, specific advice that you're taking from your circle, and you will ultimately become the person that you want to be in the future. Remember, being at ground zero can always mean new beginnings, new opportunities, and starting fresh with something new that you have learned. That's not necessarily starting over, knowing that you don't have anything under your belt. I personally struggle with this because I always feel like I'm starting over with something that I'm not specifically skilled in, but in reality, I actually have those skills. All I have to do is refine them, refresh them, and here I am back at the ground floor, and I can excel with what I have now. So take music, for example. before getting into community college and going towards this recording arts degree, I pretty much was writing songs on my own. Naturally, I started making beats and practicing with samples and stuff like that. But over time, I've kind of been in my head about, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not being an actual producer. I'm not trying to practice with the theory that I've learned in the last semester for school. But today, I actually committed to relearning that theory and applying it towards some practice drills and recognizing more of those notes. So even though I feel like an average producer, sometimes relearning what you know is a good thing, and learning from the greats is also a good thing, because not only do you have that foundation, but that foundation will be rock solid rather than shaky and on shaky ground. So being at ground zero is not necessarily a bad thing. It can always be a good thing to new beginnings, new opportunities, and new doors to be opened in the future. And finally, remember why you started in the first place. Whatever goal that you set, whatever thing that you have in your mind that you want to accomplish, remember why you started that goal in the first place, why you started from where you are now, and why you're continuing to grow in the present moment. Because if you lose why you started this in the first place, then in the future, when someone else asks you, hey, why did you start this? You might have a strayed point as to why you wanted to do it in the first place, or what that initial goal was. For me, starting this podcast was, I want to say it started off from impulse, because I was like, oh, hey, I can give some general advice, and I was already making videos on TikTok for my How to Make It series. If you'd like to check out that series, that link will be in the description below, and also on my YouTube channel, Props Cafe. That'll also be in the description below. But when I started this, it was slightly out of impulse, because I was making that series, and I wanted to just share my advice, because I knew I had a whole lot of tidbits in my head, but I never had the opportunity to share them. So here I am now, fast forward years later, with a podcast, with a couple of episodes that I could release to you guys, and at first it was strictly audio, and now we're growing into something new, something better. A new opportunity has opened for me in terms of that. So that became a personal timeline goal for me to expand more and more on my thoughts, and share them more and more. So remember why you started in the first place. Is it a personal timeline, or is it a societal timeline? If it's a personal timeline, then focus on that. If it's a societal timeline, then you might have to shift your focus and make sure that it's ultimately for you, and not for necessarily the world, and making sure that your thoughts is still authentically you, and more precise in terms of what you want to talk about, and not necessarily what the world wants you to talk about. Of course, taking advice from other people is a good thing, in terms of if you want that extra help, and getting that extra content. But I'll always stay true to what your goal and personal timeline and goals are. Always try new things. This video process is a kind of new thing for me. I haven't been like recording like actual full videos. I've got the two as of lately. The last podcast that you can also check out in the description below, and I started reposting my how to make a series on my YouTube. So being on the media isn't exactly new to me, but recording full on videos like this in this format is slightly different. So getting back into this, I'm trying something new, trying to expand, like I said, and keeping things fresh, because who says you can't be different? If we were all the same, then I'd say this world would be super boring, don't you think? It would be super boring. We would see the exact same person in the mirror every single day through other people as well, like other another individual would be a reflection of yourself, and when you look in the mirror, that's your actual reflection. So what would be the difference there if everybody were to be the same? So always try out new things and challenge yourself, face those challenges head on, and share your dreams when you are ready to share them. If you're not ready to share them, hey, that's okay. Maybe it's something that you would like to refine for now, and then in the future you would like to share it then. But try those new things. Don't be afraid to build on top of what you already have. Time is not a finite thing. You have plenty of time to do it. You have plenty of time to expand and grow your opportunities, grow yourself as an individual, and there will always be things that you would like to do, would like to learn. I encourage you to learn them, and I encourage you to take that time to invest in yourself, invest in your skills, and to keep being true to yourself, keep being authentic. That's all I have for today. So thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of my experience as a 20-something. I hope you have gotten some insight from my experience and just in general. If you'd like to check out more of my content, all the links will be in the description below. And the new episode for Bathroom Thoughts will be available next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And another episode for my experience as a 20-something, before I forget, will be available at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will have that schedule open for you in the coming weeks. And that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode. Mwah. Take care.